What's going on, everybody? Devore and G Money. This is the Not for Debate podcast. We are live on Facebook and on YouTube. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, and all other major streaming platforms. Also, be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and on our Facebook page. G Money, what's going on, my man?
What's good, brother? I'm interested on today's show because I want to hear what you got to say.
Oh, well, before we even get to that, I just wanted to say, like, for real, I was looking forward to tonight's show because I feel like the last time I was here on a show was probably because I missed Saturday and I missed Wednesday, so 2 Saturdays ago, basically that was the last show. So I was like I'm ready. I'm ready. Now, my only regret I have right now is Banks is not here. He should be here momentarily, hopefully soon. But I'm ready. I'm ready. And for the people at home, for real, I strive for excellence. So I kind of felt disappointed in myself that I was not here on a consistent basis. So
it's okay. You missed everything. You do a lot for us. Don't worry about it. What's up? Shout out to Havoc.
Yes, absolutely. Shout out to Havoc. So yeah, I was actually pretty pissed off at myself. But outside of that, man, for real, what's going on with you?
Nothing, man. Just working on a few projects myself. Announcement coming soon, but right now just chilling.
Okay, everybody got announcements coming soon. So yes, most definitely shout out to Havoc. We miss you too on the show, bro. But really, real quick before we even just jump into the show, because I know I got a couple of messages yesterday. Oh my goodness, Havoc is about to hop up on the show tonight. I'm shocked.
Havoc on a Wednesday. That is shocking.
My, that is rare. Bear with me.
Yeah.
Bear with me, audience, while we try to get Havoc up in here. But I did want to cover the Miami Dolphins trade with the Carolina Panthers yesterday, because I got a lot of messages all day yesterday, and so I got some today about about my thoughts on the trade. I don't know, G Money, if you know, the Dolphins ended up making a trade with the Carolina Panthers, getting offensive lineman Greg Little. Obviously, the Miami Dolphins are having some offensive line issues, which have been a consistent issue over the past several years
now.
Yes, for years now. Well, the interesting thing about it is the fact that folks want to start focusing on it now. I felt like that was a position that people shouldn't have been messing around with over the last couple of years. Obviously, last year, this past year in 2020, in the 2021 draft, we ended up getting Jalen Waddle, and Penei Sewell was on the board. We had the opportunity to get Penei Sewell, didn't do it. By the way,
I think shout out to Havoc. Yeah, go ahead.
What's going on, Havoc? Havoc, you could chime in on this too. But even the year before that, G, that would be the 2020 draft when the Dolphins ended up drafting Tua. We had the opportunity to get Tristan Wirfs. The Dolphins didn't end up doing it. Also, who were the other offensive linemen in 2020 draft? The Dolphins ended up passing on.
Ruiz.
Cesar Ruiz. Who's the tackle for the Browns? Jared Willis.
Wilps. Gerard Wilps.
Gerard Wilps.
Yeah.
That was 2020. 2019, instead of getting Christian Wilkins.
I just want to say a quick thing before you guys go in. I think what the Dolphins were doing, because the defense has been horrible for years, I think they were focused more on that side of the ball and forgot about the offensive line a little bit. But now it's a progress. It's a process. It's a slow. The Dolphins are coming out of of what they were. So it's a slow progress. They'll get to it. But this trade was good. I liked it because that's what they needed. They needed an offensive lineman. They need more than one, but it's a step.
It's interesting. I mean, to be honest with you, I just think they just haven't drafted offensive linemen well. I mean, it is what it is. When it comes to the draft, they seem to be able to hit on defense, but when it comes to offensive linemen, you can see the capital Like they've put first and second round capital into offensive linemen. That means they want some high level talent at that position. But no one has really emerged. Although I do think they are at a point right now because it seems they wanted to build up from the draft their O line, but they really need to do now is turn the corner on their strategy and leverage some of the assets they have and get a surefire offensive lineman in that room. Because I mean, honestly, who's setting the standard in that room? Who's setting the standard?
You don't
Jesse
like Greg
Davis?
Little?
No, I don't like Greg Little. So who's setting the standard in that room? You know what I mean? Like Jesse Davis, is he? I mean, Jesse Davis maybe he's setting the standard. Like, that's not going to work.
There is no standard. I did want to say, Havoc, like a good example of that. I hate to use the Rams as an example.
Mm-hmm.
When Andrew Whitworth went to the Los Angeles Rams in 2000. When they go to Super Bowl 2018, right? Yeah. When he went to the Rams in 2018, 2017, the Rams were terrible at on the offensive line. But the second that Andrew Whitworth set foot for the Rams, they basically led the league in almost every single offensive lineman category.
Yeah, I mean, kind of the point I'm getting to is, if you look at the Dolphins, what is their strength outside of defense? What is their strength, right? What do they have a lot of depth at? Wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
If it's me and I'm the Dolphins, you know what I mean? I go up to Devontae Parker, I shake his hand, I thank him for his service.
Oh wow!
And I take a lower round draft pick and I get me a guy. That's what I do. Because we have Devontae Parker light on the roster right now at Preston Williams. The way our offense seems to be schemed up, we're not necessarily going for the 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", 6'6" jump ball dudes anymore, right? It's more your Albert Wilson, Jalen Waddle types, Will Fuller types, right? So all I'm saying is we can afford to lose a Devontae Parker, and I think the addition of a solid offensive lineman would be well worth it.
His name has been in the trade. His name has been in the trade talks for a while. What is it about him that is he not good? Like I don't. Maybe I have to watch more Dolphin highlights. Like what's wrong with him?
Durability. Durability.
I think the thing is you can still sell him at market rate before the fall off happens right now. Like you can actually get something for a Devontae Parker right now. And I think in maybe a year, if he has another kind of injury riddled season, it's going to be tough to move him, especially with that, at his salary. It's going to be tough to move him for a reasonable asset. So that's what I would do, because we're stacked a wide receiver.
Let me bring this to the table. Do you regret drafting Jalen Waddle?
No.
Why not? Because
I've seen training camp footage.
Okay, you've seen training camp footage, but considering the amount of depth that you had at the wide receiver position, I think it's going to be a struggle to get him involved on the field.
I think in probably 2 years' time, he's going to be the leader of that wide receiver unit.
That's nice, but we talk about right now.
I understand right now, but we're not trying to listen. In terms of the rebuild, we are not at Super Bowl yet.
Yes, we are. There. This is Super Bowl right now.
Have you seen our offensive line?
Hey, no, that's not.
Wait, Greg Little doesn't move the needle for you. For
Greg
you guys?
Little does not move.
Let me break this down to you. Right. So Greg Little was
what was the trade? What was the trade?
It was
a conditional 7th round pick.
Yeah, a conditional 7th round pick. So he was on. He was basically at the bottom of the depth chart for the Carolina Panthers. Yeah. So he was a 2019 pick, 2nd round pick. He was projected to be a 1st round pick. I'm so happy for the Panthers. I'm so glad they got him in the 2nd round. But look, to be honest with you, look how it panned out. Didn't even deserve to be a 2nd round pick. But for the Dolphins to end up getting him for a 7th round pick, I don't really have high expectations for him.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. With Charles Harris was a 2018 2nd round pick, and they traded him for what? A conditional 7th round pick. It's what you do when you're about to cut a dude, and the team says, "Man,
Yeah, just take them off our hands.
Well, we'll take a look at him, man. We'll take a look at him,
Yeah,
man. We'll take a look at him.
Take them off our hands. That's basically what that was. Like it's like it's cool. It's a nice little depth move. Like I'm always optimistic about stuff like this. Maybe he'll turn his maybe it's just not the right voice in his head telling him to perform the way he's supposed to perform. I don't know, but you got Taylor Moton, one of the best tackles in football on the Carolina Panthers, to watch how he does things. So if he can't get it done in that locker room with Taylor Moton, what you think he's gonna do with these Dolphins locker room where basically there's nobody in this locker room right now that knows how to do it right?
There's no leader. There's no leader on the offensive line. Think about it. Even last year, at one point we started 3 rookies. Eric Flowers is on a 1-year deal. Ted Karras is on a 2-year deal with 1 year guaranteed. So basically that was a 1-year deal as well. Now he's not even on the team anymore. So there is no real leader in the offensive line group right now because, talent-wise, who has the overall the most talent, right? I probably Hunt, right? Hunt. Like, I mean, maybe I don't know. Kenley looked good last season, but then he didn't. Austin Jackson.
Take it a step further. Talk about the
man.
2019 offensive line. Do you remember anybody on that 2019 offensive line?
What's his name? Danny Amendola was up on there, wasn't he? Adam Pankey was on there, wasn't he on there?
A lot of those offensive linemen that were on the 2019 team are not on the roster right now.
They work at Jiffy Lube right now. These dudes ain't even in the league, bro.
Now, remember this conversation when we get on to this other topic that we about to have this evening too. But yeah, all around G Money. Hey, it's a low risk, high reward type of deal for the Dolphins. I'm just mind boggled by the level of the sense of urgency for the Dolphins to get some offensive linemen in here because it wasn't taken seriously in the past 3 drafts, in my honest opinion.
Well, they've drafted what? They've drafted 3 offensive linemen in the first 2 rounds the past 2 years in the draft. So
what first round offensive outside of Austin Jackson?
Well, what do you mean outside of him? I'm talking about the past 2 years.
He wasn't even projected to be a first round pick.
But they took him there.
Exactly. What? Like he wasn't projected to be a first round pick. So I'm trying to figure. I'm trying exactly. You could have got him later.
We could have bundled something together, get Tristan Wirfs. We'd been done with this problem.
AG Buddy, I want you to take a wild guess. The last which coach drafted an offensive lineman in the first round?
For the Dolphins?
For the Dolphins, yes.
Man, had to be Sperano.
Oh,
nope.
It wasn't Saban, was it? Was it Saban? No.
Was it Was it Joe?
No.
Was it Jimmy Johnson?
You can't go that far back. No, not that.
It was Gage.
What was the guy after Jimmy?
God.
Oh,
it was Gage.
God.
Remember Laramie Tunsil slid us to that number 10 pick?
Yeah, because someone sabotaged him. That's why he dropped.
Yeah, so give Adam Gaze his credit for drafting Laramie Tunsil. Point for Gaze. Point for Gaze.
Can I just reminisce or try right quick?
Go ahead.
The Eagles lost Jason Peters.
That's another thing. He just signed with the team, and the Dolphins didn't get him last year when I wanted him, and they didn't get him again this year.
That was very predictable, G Money. That's all I got to say. That was very predictable that this would happen.
But the Bears, though, the Bears they're tooling up.
Yeah. It's
do or die right now for the head coach and the general manager right now.
Both of them. Yeah, they both going to get the door. Something will happen this year.
So they got to make it to the playoffs. That's
they treat Justin Fields like he's like you're an NFL starter now. Because
he's playing well too. I mean, give him his props,
bro. There's no way they go past week 3 without him being the starter. There's no way.
What?
No, there's no way.
I think if Dalton plays well,
nope,
he's not going to see the field.
Way. No. There's no way Justin Fields is going to blow Andy Dalton out of the water in practice every single day. They cannot keep him locked up. They can't do it.
The man has too much talent and potential.
on
This
the
dude has
bench.
looked like an NFL starting quarterback since he was in high school. I can't hear you.
Can't hear you. It's doing that thing again.
Oh, I thought it was my problem. I couldn't hear him.
My bad. He can sit back and learn. But basically, I was gonna say since we on the conversation of quarterbacks, money. I'm gonna be completely 100 with you right now.
Yeah, please.
I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 more wins to the Philadelphia Eagles in the 2021 season. Just because.
So what is that, 5?
Yeah, that gives you 5 wins now. So now I am extremely impressed by the level of leadership that Jalen Hurts has shown over the course of training camp in the preseason. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. Well, I'm not turning over a new leaf because I do get credit where credit is due. According to Banks, I don't, but it's on record. It's about 16 minutes and 7 seconds into the pod right now. So I'm giving credit where credit is due. I'll give you 2 more wins. Doesn't mean you're gonna end up coming anywhere else but 4th place in the NFC East. But
hey,
I might give you a couple more. I gotta give you a couple more once I see a little bit more to Jalen Hurts.
I like Jalen Hurts.
Listen, go ahead, Evan. I'm sorry.
And I was just saying, I like Jalen Hurts, but I think he's one of them type of players where I like everything that he's about, just like his demeanor, like the way he carries himself, the way he's just like a natural leader type person. But like, boy, some of them throws he be making though, they ain't the prettiest. They ain't the prettiest. He ain't the prettiest thrower in the world.
But I like his leadership, and he has charisma. So I think he has a bright future. He just has to keep developing. So I'm completely okay with the Eagles sucking. I'm okay, but we're not going to be sorry forever. I promise you. We don't stay sorry forever. So
Y'all just won the championship a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Y'all got short memories, I swear. we haven't sniffed a playoff win in 20-something years. He's just like, yeah, we can't suck forever, guys. We're not gonna be the worst forever. It's like, man, y'all just won. Hey, Last time the Dolphins won a Super Bowl, I wasn't born.
Hey, I'm cool. I know G Money really wanted us to touch on this the Malice in the Palace documentary. Did you watch that, Havoc?
I didn't watch it, but I've listened to a lot of talk about it though.
G, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna let you. I was gonna let you go ahead and do your thing on it.
Okay. So I'm sorry. What I was gonna say is that, first of all, Ben Wallace didn't get hit that hard for him to go for him to get upset that manner around our test. The only thing is, Ben Wallace, unfortunately, the day before or the day of, his brother passed away, so he was already upset and anger, all that anger and frustration. But that happens all the time on the court. That happens all the time. The pushing and shoving, the fighting, or the about to fight, because guys don't want to fight on the court for real. Nobody wants to fight. Like, no, but they're making millions of dollars. Ron Artest is crazy, or was crazy back then, right? He had a chemical imbalance. He laid down on the scores table, counted to calm himself down. Then the jerk from the stands threw a beer can on Artest. Now, should Artest have gone in the stands? Of course not. But you have to understand who you're dealing with. You're not dealing with a normal person. Artest is not a normal, and then one of the guys came on the court to square up with Ron Artest. Like, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to prove? And then got knocked down by Steven Jackson. And if you have to watch the documentary, Havoc, the guy was he was a fucking scumbag. He just tried to get money. The guy that came on the court, I forgot his name.
Yeah.
But that whole thing messed up the Indiana's vibe. Like, that was Reggie's last year, by the way. Mm-hmm. They were in tune to win a championship, and everybody got suspended and just messed up. They came back for the playoffs, but the chemistry was just gone by then. And who did they lose to? Detroit. So that was just more icing on the cake. But that whole situation was insane, man. Like, go ahead, man. Go ahead. I know you want to speak about it.
That was an interesting situation. I think in reflection, it's very much a testament about media depictions. I remember when that happened, they was calling everybody thugs. They was talking about these guys like they were just the worst of the worst. They had them. I mean, you know what I mean? Like I remember watching ESPN. They were showing them in court every single day, and they didn't really tap in to get their perspective on it. Now, from what I understand, Ron Artest, his therapist told him if he got into a compromised situation, he should just back away and try to relax, just remove himself from the situation, which is what he did. But Ben Wallace is making the situation real hot, but he had trauma. So what we're seeing is trauma meets trauma on court. So you have Ben Wallace is experiencing trauma from his brother who passed away of not of natural causes. You have Ron Artest who has some sort of a, I believe he's bipolar, and he's beginning to address his issues, and then he is trying to get into a better place, and then he is kind of he is intruded on by a random person in the stands. So that broke his entire level he was trying to get to, and he reverted back to Ron from Brooklyn, and he did what you would do. Queens, yeah, Queensbridge. He's from Queensbridge. And he did what a lot of people would do, which is I don't care if I'm make millions of dollars a year and I'm a basketball player. You threw a drink on me. It does not matter.
About that? I'm sorry, just to interrupt for a second. What's crazy about that? He went after the wrong guy. He actually hit the wrong person. The guy basically got away with it. And another aspect that that documentary brought out is that incident kind of mentally, because Jermaine O'Neal was on the rise to be a great center in his league. Like he was a very good player. And ever since that happened, his career started to go down because it messed with him mentally. So that affected, and then the whole Reggie thing. Reggie, people always say Ray Allen or Klay Thompson, who's the better player. Reggie was not just the 3-point shooter. He carried Indiana for years. He was the team. And it just sucked that he didn't get a ring, or he didn't get a chance to get, another opportunity to win a championship. Because after that, he retired. So that documentary was nice. You gotta check it out.
I'm gonna check that out. That's supposed to be like his David Robinson year when they got Tim Duncan, where he was still contributing, but he didn't have to be the man anymore because Jermaine O'Neal was all NBA at that point. But yeah, it just kind of shows. And also, Jermaine O'Neal, if you know his background, he wasn't a dude that got into trouble at all, but because he was associated with Malice in the Palace, and like he had cornrows, he was just. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like they already had the box, they already had the defined role for him, and he just fit into it perfectly. And it kind of it messed, to be honest, it kind of messed all their lives up. It kind of messed all their lives up. So.
Except Artest. I mean,
well, he came out.
Artest
he came
actually
out
went, as we know. Yeah, he went to
he
the Lakers.
Still had the narrative of a pretty rough player throughout the rest of his career.
But that's who he was, though.
Yeah. That's true. I still got that image of him elbowing James Harden in the face.
That thing hurts. Every time I see that thing in slow motion too.
But see, James instigated it because he got in front of him trying to mess with his. But I'm not justifying. I'm just saying James Harden is an annoying person on the court.
Yeah, definitely. But if you look at the clip, it didn't look like he did it on purpose. It looks like he got like a rare basket when he was on the Lakers. He was just like he got pumped up, but James Harden was right there, blocking the way.
I did want to say
it didn't really affect Steven Jackson too much.
Well, I think it did, because I think Steven Jackson had a couple seasons where he was averaging over 20, 25 and 5 basically, which in any other player who wasn't involved in going into the stands and knocking out a fan, you might get an all-star game or two with that resume, but because of Malice in the Palace, they were never going to give him that look. In my opinion.
Just watching it the other day, From a perspective, I've obviously heard of the Malice in the Palace, but I really didn't look at it in depth back then. What was that, like 2003, 4?
4.
2004. So I wasn't really looking at it in depth, but yeah, watching the actual documentary, it just gives you a brand new perspective from a player standpoint, and the way the media legitimately spun it without, like, just looking at the camera angles that they showed in the national media. They didn't even show the guy throwing the beer can. It just showed basically the pushing and shoving by Ben Wallace and Ron Artest, and then it just put the camera angle on Ron Artest, him getting up and going into the stands. They didn't show what caused it. They just showed him just getting up and going into the stands, and they just the narrative of the NBA has thugs in their league. They need to do something about this. Tattoos, the headbands, and stuff like that. Just the image. Just the image that the national media gave the NBA players. Go ahead, G.
And you know what else? Right before that happened, that was 2004. So we're still getting trickle of the 90s players. So the game was still a little physical, not as much as it was. But after that happened, that's when the game started to get softer and it wasn't as physical, because David Stern was just going to change the whole image up, apparently. And it wasn't as, the defense was different. I don't know. I just saw it that way. I just noticed that as well.
You know, I think it just kind of shows, one, that there was, clearly there's a narrative that, even if you take black people out of the hood and you give them money and you give them opportunity, that they cannot control themselves. I think that was a narrative that they were trying to fulfill. And when you show footage of the whole incident and you just show the people in the stage, in the stands fighting, but you don't really offer any context, and also it's a one-sided narrative because the players aren't speaking on it from their perspective. Only the media is speaking on it from their perspective, and their perspective, quite frankly, is an older white perspective. So that's the way it was framed, and that's the perception of that essentially became the perception of the whole thing. And it kind of tied in with what the NBA was doing around that time, post Michael Jordan, when all of a sudden the most popular player in the league is Allen Iverson. And then Allen Iverson becomes the most popular player in the league. And what do they do? Oh, y'all got to wear suits now. You know what I mean? Like, it's a very clear, anti-black narrative that was trying to be fulfilled, in my opinion. And I feel that they're successful in it.
Never thought of it like that.
It's crazy. Yeah, but the majority of the players in the NBA are black, so I don't understand why they would try to silence us like that. But
it's here it is. They didn't want a media depiction of the totality of the black diaspora in America. They wanted a very particular narrative.
Can I get a definition of diaspora, please?
So diaspora is the full breadth of the totality of blackness in America, and they just wanted long suit Jordan, right? They didn't want people to see a dude from Newport News with braids being the most popular player in the league, right? They wanted Grant Hill to be the face of the league, right? So, that's what it is.
I don't think there's a dress code anymore, because players are coming in that wearing anything. I mean, if you watch James Harden and Russell Westbrook, the stuff that they wear, it's like, yo, come on now.
They dropped the dress code.
A few years back, right?
Yeah. I think once David Stern got out the paint, they dropped the dress code.
Yeah, because I be seeing Russell Westbrook be wearing some rainbow stuff. I'm like, yo,
what's going on?
Yeah, I'm like, yo, what is going on? I know this may be random, but I saw this little meme on I think it was Facebook of I remember G Money. I shared it in the group chat of Chase Young. He was wearing a sports bra, so I'm like, yo, like there's got to be some type of dress code. There's definitely got to be some type of dress code.
Yeah. I think it's
Nah,
especially. Well, think about it, particularly in like the
I don't
Zoom
know.
era. Like, what are you gonna tell a guy to? I mean, what are we dressing up
Come
for?
on,
Like,
let's be a little bit more appropriate here. Because I remember when Cam Rake was on the Dolphins and he had a T-shirt
Nah.
that said "Big Sack" on it. I'm just saying, like we gotta have
that
some
is
type of
But
hilarious.
Adam,
professionalism here.
That is hilarious.
I, I hear you. I hear you. But Adam, as far as the NBA, Adam Silver seems like he's more in tune with today's generation. I mean, he's been better than David Stern. That's just me. They don't test for cannabis anymore. He doesn't care about the dress code. He banned Dave. The guy's the Clippers owner. What's his name again?
Donald
Sterling.
He banned
Yeah.
Donald Sterling. Yeah. I think it's just more Adam Silver being more player friendly. David Stern was very hard nosed most of the time, So
Yeah.
So he knows that's his ass because Donald Sterling kind of put him on notice, like, okay, there's some racist mofos in this league now. So I feel like after that, Adam Silver had to take a step back and be like, all right, we're going to have to make this a little bit more open this up just a little bit more, give them a little bit more leeway as far as what they want to do moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, I think Adam Silver understands. I think most leagues, the commissioner works for the owners, but Adam Silver, I think he understands that he works for the players and the owners, and that's the reality of it. Back when David Stern took over, you know what I mean? Games were not nationally televised the way they should have been. You know what I mean? Like it was a mess. You know what I mean? And David Stern, man, to be honest with you, Michael Jordan saved the NBA. That's the fact. That's the fact. That's the fact. And Michael Jordan saved the NBA. And now we're in an era where guys have their own social media. All you got to do is just make the guys happy. They'll promote the league on their own. And in their effort to brand themselves, they're also promoting the league. So
also promoting
all you gotta do is just pay the players, and they'll do the marketing for you, basically.
Yeah, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. I did want to go ahead and move on back to the NFL again because we had a couple of key players get cut as of yesterday.
We had some key cuts before.
Yeah, we had some key cuts. Banks made sure to make sure that was my main point of emphasis in this pod.
Let's get to these cuts, man.
I'm going to go ahead and start off first things first with the Jacksonville Jaguars and the cutting Tim Tebow. I just want 34-year-old Tim Tebow decided to come back for another year. I believe the last time he played in the NFL was 2015 with the Philadelphia Eagles. So clearly there was a connection with head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Urban Meyer, when he was the head coach at Florida. Ended up recruiting Tim Tebow there. So he wanted to go ahead and give him a shot with the Jacksonville Jaguars playing the tight end position. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys have the floor on that one.
Boy, I tell you, only in America can a former quarterback turned minor league baseball player turned college football analyst can decide to want to come back in the NFL at the age of 34 and be a tight end. And someone actually took him seriously. But, he knows Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer is a homie. He figured, hey, maybe a couple guys get injured in training camp. They got to keep me on. I'll sell a couple tickets. Outside of that, Tim Tebow ain't no football player no more.
Hey, he looked pretty jacked, though. I ain't going to lie.
Tim Tebow stays in the weight room, bro. He stays in the weight room.
He looks jacked.
Dude, yeah. Did you see one of the plays he completely whiffed on the block that he was supposed to hit, that he was supposed to get? Yeah, he's done. I don't even know why he got a chance. Well, I know why he got a chance, but he shouldn't have got a chance. Just stick to, he was a great commentator, college football commentator. He was great. He didn't do so well at baseball. I thought if he stayed at the quarterback for years, I thought eventually he could have been good. But football's done, bro. Just give it up.
That release was god awful slow. Oh my goodness.
So
what,
how did
man?
he get to the playoffs? How did he beat the Steelers? Come on now, you got to give him a little bit of credit.
I'm sorry. I know. I'm not a big believer in luck, but I'm sorry. That is the definition of luck. How the Denver Broncos made it to the playoffs that year. Havoc is laughing because he knows it's true. He knows it's true. It was luck.
The defense played amazing.
I'll tell you, if you could wildcat your way into the playoffs, you can Tim Tebow your way into the playoffs.
G Money, it was ridiculous how awful Tim Tebow was in the first 3 quarters of the game, and the defense just kept them in it.
Tebow time.
He made the plays to win. So I listen.
Yeah,
bro.
His stat line
when you go 3 for 13 going into the fourth quarter, and you're only down by what, 2 possessions? Like, I just don't get it. Like, especially in that Dallas Cowboys game. The one time I rooted for the Dallas Cowboys to win a game was against Tim Tebow. I believe it was when it came down to put Tim Tebow in position for the final drive to win the game for. I think Marion Barber fumbled the football. Marion Barber never fumbled the ball, but he happened to fumble that time. And Tim Tebow ended up winning the game for the Denver Broncos.
That was the Bears game, wasn't it? That was the Bears game, wasn't it?
Well, there was a couple of occasions where he ended up making a fourth quarter comeback. If I could break that stat up, I believe he had 6 or 7 fourth quarter comebacks.
I tell you now, 20 now in the red zone. Tim Tebow's a beast. Now, the other 80 yards of the field, not so much. That was his main problem. Tim Tebow can do something in the red zone, but the other 80 yards of the field, that's a struggle at the NFL level.
I feel like he should have ended up making the switch to another position when he ended up getting drafted to the Denver Broncos and from the jump.
Yeah, but I mean, coming off a Heisman, it's kind of hard to tell someone coming off a Heisman and a national championship to change positions unless you're unless you're Andre Ware. Then they'll tell you, hey, son, why don't you become a quarterback? But here's the thing, man. Tebow got a lot of support behind him. He is one of them athletes that, in the eyes of many, can do no wrong. So, but the tape don't lie.
Oh,
that man is not a quarterback.
It definitely does not lie. And the whole thing with the Tebowing, I know you remember the Tebowing. Oh my goodness.
I remember that. Yeah.
Everybody was doing it. I'm like, y'all make me sick. Y'all legitimately make me sick.
I remember the guys on NFL Network, Tebow. Whoa. Every time in the fourth quarter he was driving, that's what they would say.
Oh my goodness, I could not stand Tim Tebow.
Yeah, I was.
I liked them.
Like I said, man, if you can wildcat your way to the playoffs, you can Tebow your way to the playoffs.
Hey, what head coach did he beat in the playoffs? I can't remember. Can y'all tell me who beat him? Who Tim Tebow beat? Who he beat? I can't remember. Who he beat though?
I don't even remember who he beat.
What's the next subject?
What team? What team was
that? No, I'm dead serious. What team was that? I can't remember what team he beat in the playoffs.
You know what team was that?
I honestly don't know. I'm being dead serious.
Why are you getting so defensive? Did he beat Red Rhodes?
It wasn't Marvin Lewis. We know that.
Oh yeah, it was Mike Tomlin he beat. That's right. It was on the tip of my tongue. I couldn't even think. I was like, man. I remember the Demaryius Thomas slant pattern throw, but I just couldn't remember the team that was in the background on the jumbotron.
All right, man. You have bigged up Adam Gase and you have downgraded Mike Tomlin. You have checked off your checklist.
I'm just saying. That gave Tim Tebow his first playoff win. All right, next guy. I know I was trying to wait for Banks. I know Banks had a lot to say, Banks has been on me about we kind of been going back and forth with the group chat for the past couple of days about
Josh Rosen got cut.
Yeah. You seem so surprised, Evan. You seem so surprised.
Oh my gosh.
You go first.
Rosen truthers. You Rosen truthers can never get over it. Your man is done. Your man is done.
All right.
How many times are we going to go with the excuse, he never got a fair chance. He never got a chance. He never got a chance. Your man, this is his fourth team. He's been on more teams and leagues in the NFL. And we keep going and I keep hearing the same narrative. He never got a fair chance. The Cardinals are broken. The Dolphins are broken. He was on the practice squad in Tampa Bay. He had to bait out a rookie in San Francisco for the third spot, the third string on the 49ers, and couldn't do it. And the narrative keeps coming back. He came out of training camp blazing hot. And what did he do as training camp progresses? And they started to figure him out. He started to recede back and lost his spot, his third string spot. And he'd been with them all offseason. Your man is done. He's done. He's done.
I don't want to hear nothing about no Josh Rosen. This is what, the fourth team, just like you said, he's done. I don't know why. Wait, before you go in. I don't understand why you like mediocre players and coaches. Like, what is wrong with you? I don't get it. You are so hard to please. But then you like these mediocre guys that suck. Like, what are you talking about? Like, he's done. He's not going to get another chance. He's going to play for Canadian Football League probably, or be a head coach, or be a commentator. He's done.
Okay, real quick, G Money. Now, let me.
Coach. He's going to be like a specialty coach.
Let me go ahead and just address this whole mediocre player.
He damn sure ain't going to be a quarterback.
This mediocre player comment that you just made, right? And you also made the comment in the group chat where you sent that voice message too. Now, are we all on the same page as far as Dwayne Haskins is concerned that he's a mediocre player?
Is he?
So G Money was on here. He said he was looking forward to seeing Dwayne Haskins play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But I'm just saying he's on his second team now.
I thought the rap on Haskins is that he's immature, not that he's not talented.
Hey, for what I saw when he was on the Washington football team, he looked awful.
Yeah, no, he didn't look good.
Yeah, so he didn't look good. So now let me go ahead and just chime in on this whole Josh Rosen situation, right? So I'm obviously with the Arizona Cardinals. We probably had this conversation. How many times have me and you, like a million times?
Countless times.
So, all right, drafted by the Arizona Cardinals in 2018, right? And your head coach, he gets fired at the end of the season. You lose your general manager, and at that point, you bring in Cliff Kingsbury, and he wants to draft his guy, Kyler Murray. So it's a given. Once the head coach and the general manager that believed in you, who brought you in there, is gone, that's it for you. Basically, for you, it's going to be extremely difficult for you to get a fair evaluation with a team after that. So with the Dolphins, we already know what the story is with the Dolphins. We just got finished talking about the Dolphins offensive line earlier on in the show. Me and Havoc can't even remember the starters on that roster with so many daggone offensive linemen that played in the 2019 season. That's another example of another fair shake for Josh Rosen. And the thing is, because I don't want to hit, because I'm seeing Joe B in the comment section saying excuses, but at the same time, again, this is why I said at the beginning of the show, it mind boggles me how we are emphasizing on getting offensive lineman help now.
Fam, we've wanted offensive line for a while.
What does that have to do with Josh Rosen?
It has a lot. Did you not just hear what I just said?
What does this have to do with Josh Rosen?
In the 2019 season, we cannot name not one offensive lineman on that start that was in the starting lineup. We cannot name one.
I think you're missing the point, man.
I'm not missing the point.
You're missing the point.
I'm not done yet. I'm not done.
The man lost a third string. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Let me finish. So I already knew he was going to get cut from the Dolphins. We sat back and I just rooted for him at that point.
Did you see his last press conference with the Dolphins?
What was it? What remind me? What was it?
It was after scrimmages when he threw 2 to 3 interceptions his last scrimmage, and they said, "Hey Josh, man, what do you got to do to turn it around?" He said, "Man, I don't know." Then they cut him 2 days later.
Oh well, damn. But I just wanna because I'm reading what Joe B is saying right now, saying Josh needs to read the defense quickly, right? So let's just bring in because I know a lot of people are going to look at that 49ers interception and be like, see, Josh Rosen just turns the ball over. Now, when I'm looking at this interception he threw against the Kansas City Chiefs, that is not Josh Rosen's fault. That is clearly Travis Benjamin's fault because he wasn't paying attention and he didn't catch the damn ball. The ball went right over his head. And we want to turn around and we want to applaud Tua for the interception he threw. And you know what the narrative was? Oh, I'm so glad Tua is pushing the ball down the field. But the interception was so obvious.
Let me ask you a question, man. Do you have a jacket that says it's not Josh Rosen's fault?
I'm just saying, like, why can't we call a spade a spade? Just draw it right down. Wait, hold on, boy. It was your fault.
First of all, you're deflecting by bringing up Tua
and the
conversation about Josh Rosen.
A third string position. Third string.
Okay. Let me get to the third string position. Okay, I think I agree with having 1,000%. Josh Rosen is not the best person to do interviews because there have been some things that he said in his past that is not exactly,
you think,
perceived well in the media. I'm gonna put it to you like that. Everybody has their flaws. But at the same time, you should not rob a player of an opportunity because of it. I'm just saying.
My God.
I'm just saying. Now let's go ahead and get to Tampa Bay because
he used the word rob.
Tampa Bay, his opportunity. He didn't really have an opportunity in Tampa Bay because he was like, I want to be on the practice squad. I'm going to go ahead and go on the practice squad.
Draft, and he was robbed.
Oh, now with the 49ers. I'm thinking his mindset was with the 49ers last year when he signed with the Niners. All right, so Jimmy Garoppolo kind of, I hate to use the term injury prone, but he's not going to be a
Trey Lance already took his job.
Be consistent. He's not going to be consistent. So that I'm thinking that was his mindset when he went to the Niners last year towards the end of the season. So I'm pretty sure he didn't think that the 49ers were going to end up trading up in the 2021 draft and end up selecting Trey Lance. That's just the hand that he was dealt. So at this point, by him saying in this most recent press conference, he said something around the lines of he's unable to get in a rhythm in the offense because he doesn't get enough reps or something like that. And then that's what ended up causing him to get, I think that's what ended up causing him to get cut.
How much money is Josh Rosen paying you?
He's not paying
what
me
you're
anything.
saying is nonsense.
He's not paying me anything.
Apparently it's more than Adam Gase.
It's never his fault. Nothing is ever his fault.
Hey, look. Hey, Havoc, come on now. Let's go. Let's be real here. The Dolphins run. That was like we went 5-11, and you're calling him trash. So what is Ryan Fitzpatrick? If Josh Rosen is trash, what is Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Better than him.
But what do you call him if you just set aside Josh Rosen for a second?
Here you go deflecting again. Here you go deflecting.
I'm asking you a
getting
question.
away from.
I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question.
Here is the main issue that you have. Every single NFL talent evaluator that has looked at Josh Rosen has looked for another quarterback.
Okay, but my thing is though, Havoc, we gave Josh Allen, who had a terrible rookie season, gave him 3 years. Well,
Josh Allen's talented.
He just got a contract extension.
Josh Allen has talent.
Sam Darnold played god awful with the New York Jets, and he stayed there for 4 years. Like, you guys are saying, give Tua time. He's a rookie, but we cannot give him the same amount. You can't give him the same respect. Why is that?
Because
there is no because. Because y'all playing favorites.
Obvious. It is very obvious. Number one, he has not met a GM that did not want someone else except him to do that job. Number one. Number two, part of athletics is not just talent, but it's the intangibles. It's about leadership. It's about how you carry yourself. It's about getting your followers to buy into you as their leader.
I agree.
Nowhere Josh Rosen has gone have the people around him bought into him as a leader. And what you see with these training camps have exemplified is as he starts hot as gangbusters at the beginning of training camp. Then as time goes along, guys,
I'm not going off a training camp, Havoc. I don't like training camp.
And then at the end of training camp, when they said to Josh Rosen, "What can you do better?" He said, "Beats me." Beats me. You got any tips, bro?
I just want to address Joe B in the chat right now, who says Tua has talent. We don't know what Josh Rosen has because we haven't gave him a chance.
What are you talking about?
Oh my God.
Josh Rosen has been giving chance after chance after chance. This man got more chances than Chance the Rapper.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
like, it takes experience for you to get where you need to go. And looking at Tua, he's been handed the starting job for the Miami Dolphins on a silver platter. He
has played on
the
almost
second year.
What you mean it's the second? Did Josh Rosen get a second year in Arizona?
Bro, he's not good at football.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
But there's a reason why. There's a reason why.
No. I just told you, if you're general manager and your head coach, they got fired, so now you're under a new regime. You're free falling in the league at that point.
Here's what you fail to understand. Even if you are a good player in a bad situation, someone will see enough talent on tape to take a chance on you, right? So the Arizona situation, yes, that's why I'm with Josh Rosen. No. So the Arizona situation, top 10 pick. Everyone says, you know what? The head coach wasn't doing his job. The OC wasn't doing his job. Let's take another look at Josh Rosen. Then they got an up close look at him, right? For about a year or so, they got an up close look at him.
Up close look with who?
Then at Josh Rosen, they got a close look at him. The Dolphins. Actually, the team that he has been with the longest of any other NFL team, the Miami Dolphins. And they got a good look at him.
Are we seriously giving the Dolphins a pass on this? Because I'm pretty sure the Dolphins did not give him a fair opportunity. I'm pretty sure we had this conversation again. This whole tank for Tua situation was a whisper since the 2019 season. So regardless what happened during the course of the season, if the Dolphins were in position to drafting Tua, that was going to happen regardless. So I don't want to hear the Dolphins got a fair evaluation.
Here's what you need to understand. And I'm just going to wrap it up with this. Josh Rosen he's not even half as good as Blaine Gabbert. And that's his main problem.
Well, he's not half as good as Blaine Gabbert. Now that's messed up because from what I saw in his that small sample size with the Dolphins,
Blaine Gabbert
I saw some promise in them couple of games that I saw with the Dolphins.
Blaine Gabbert is a fringe third string NFL quarterback, and Josh Rosen is not as good as him.
Gabbert does not deserve to be in the league because he can't even complete 10 passes.
Josh Rosen's not as good as him. Josh Rosen is not as good as him.
That is not true. I think you really need to sit down and watch some more games before you come and sit back and talk about how Blaine Gabbert is better than him.
You know what? I'm going to take the opinion of every single NFL general manager that has seen Josh Rosen up close and said, I don't want any more. Take me out of my misery and get out of my city.
I'm so happy. I am so happy that everybody else is down on Josh Rosen right now. I don't want to hear nobody come out and say, I supported him the whole time when he finally gets his opportunity.
Where?
Arena
League?
Where?
Arena League?
Let's see here.
He's going to go play in Scotland. He's going to play in the NFL Europe.
We're going to find out. We're going to find out. There are some teams out there that definitely need a quarterback right now. We got the Indianapolis Colts.
Let me tell you something.
They don't need Josh Rosen.
I think we're going to hear very shortly. I don't know if it's going to be very shortly, but I think we're going to hear in due time Josh Rosen is retiring from football.
We'll see. We'll see.
I think we're going to hear that real soon because if Josh Rosen doesn't retire from football, the NFL is going to retire him.
Well, with that being said, I wanted to put this public service announcement out here. If you do decide to retire from football, Josh Rosen, there is a spot for you on the Not for the Bay podcast full time.
Is there a spot for him on your couch?
Nope. Yeah.
Because he ain't got a job.
Anywhere he want to go. Anywhere he want to go, he can. If he got a spot over here with me.
You and Adam Gase.
Gase already got a spot. Hey,
and Marvin Lewis, huh?
I don't. You keep on calling Marvin Lewis a mediocre coach, but he's a winner.
I like Marvin Lewis.
Thank you, Havoc. I appreciate that.
Just not in the playoffs. Yeah. Just not in the
playoffs.
Now,
once again, a pretty good coach with a pretty mediocre franchise, in my opinion, of Marvin Lewis. But that's just my opinion. They didn't necessarily give him the greatest groceries to go out and win football games, but he still won football games.
Thank you, Havoc. See, you always see. I feel like this whole Josh Rosen thing.
But I never said that. I never said he wasn't good.
You're a little blinded. You'll be a little blinded with Josh Rosen. But when it comes to Marvin Lewis, I like that assessment that you just gave out. As far as the groceries are concerned, he worked with what he got, and he still was able to produce a good product of football.
You know, but I'll just say this as a lifelong Miami Dolphins fan, I have not more direct viewing time of watching bad quarterback play than good quarterback play. I know a bad one when I see one. I don't seen a whole year of Cleo Lemon. I know a bad one when I see one. I've seen half a year of Ray Lucas. I've seen a year of Joey Harrington. I know a bad one when I see one.
Is Dak Prescott a good quarterback?
Yeah, he's a good quarterback. Your man is going to be running a pool service store pretty soon. Trust me.
He'll be on a team. Don't worry. He'll definitely be on a team.
You're gonna see him on Xbox Live. You're gonna see him on Xbox Live. That's the team you're gonna see him on.
He'll be on a team. Now we're gonna move on to our final topic here. This is for G Money because G Money has kind of been dodging this whole question since earlier this afternoon in the group chat. I'm gonna go ahead and run this clip for you guys.
No question.
Yeah, we got a clip feature in here now. That's how hard we going right now. But I'm gonna go ahead and run this clip for y'all and let me know what you guys think.
I just think people are still upset that I went to the Warriors, and a lot of people who are Cavs fans who enjoy watching the Cavs beat y'all before. Which is a lot of people. I didn't realize that until I got there. A lot of people enjoy seeing y'all lose in 2016. And a lot of those people were upset that we were so good. And they're still upset because you do the same shit on Twitter. Damian Lillard does the same shit on Twitter. CJ McCollum does the same shit on Twitter. We all do the same shit on Twitter, but for me, it's a problem. I mean, I chalk it up to just me being so good at what I do and playing with a team that was so great. And we fit so well, nobody likes a great thing. And I guess I was the cause of that great thing because I came and joined. So it's way deeper than what I do on Twitter. And I understand that. And it's funny to me at this point because you can't erase what we did. You're never going to erase it. And you know you love watching us play. You know what I'm saying? So
I think it's the best era of basketball ever, in my opinion.
But that's really what it is. So many people still upset with me that I chose to play basketball for the Golden State Warriors, which is sad at this point because it's almost a decade later. since I made that decision, you know what I'm saying? That's never going to stop me from engaging with fans, because at the end of the day, I'm only talking about basketball. I'm not diving into politics. I'm not telling you how you should live. I'm not flexing my money or my power or none of that shit on you. I'm just literally talking about the game.
Go ahead, G. I've been waiting for this all day. Go ahead, man. Banks has been trolling you all day.
Can I chime in?
Go ahead. Do your thing, man. Do your thing.
Let me just say something. First of all, as far as the 2016 finals, the only people that really wanted the Warriors to lose were Bulls fans, because they didn't want them to break that record, because the Bulls won 72 and won the ring. Nobody really hated the Warriors. Everybody was, I like the Warriors. I didn't really care about them losing or winning. I just wanted to see a good final. So that statement is not true. People started to hate the Warriors once Kevin Durant became a Warrior. That's when because no matter what people say, if you have any sense, if you know about competition, if you are the man, if you are Steve Jobs, you're not going to Bill Gates and say, hey, can I join you? If you are the man in OKC and you're one of the best players and you lose to a team, that is a weak move. I don't care what nobody says. That's weak.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Has an issue with him. Wait. Let me finish. Wait. Let me finish.
You got the green light. Go ahead, G.
I'm just saying. Listen. Nobody issue with when once he actually got on the team. I didn't have an issue with them playing. My only issue is that he lost to them and enjoying them. That's it. That's my only issue. You don't do that if you're the man. You can do that if you're a complimentary player, Ray Allen, losing to the Heat and then joining them next season. You can do that if you're a bench player. You can't do that if you're the man, if you're the second best player in the league, or some people's are the best player, and you got the team up 3-1. Any real sports person competition would be like, fuck that. We had him up 3-1. Let's run that shit back. We could beat him next season. Not, I'm going to join them next week. But that's Kevin Durant. He's not a leader. He is best suited, just like Havoc said a couple weeks ago. He is best suited when he doesn't have to be the man. Steph and Draymond were the leaders of the team. All he had to do was sit back and score. So maybe that's why he went to Golden State, because he realized that, hey, I can't be the top dog. Let me just be the top dog in scoring. But as far as everything else he said, the Cavs fans, maybe that might have been true. I'm not a Cavs fan. I don't know. I just know that Chicago Bulls fans did not want the Warriors to win because they didn't want them to break that record, because 73-9 without a championship means nothing. So still the greatest team in sport and basketball and NBA is the Bulls, because they actually won 72 games. But everything else he said, he was true. I mean, I don't hate Kevin Durant. I just thought that was a weak move. But everything else he said, as far as he don't talk about politics, he don't stress, big up his money. All that is true. But as far as Banks coming at me, I don't care, man. The only thing I didn't like was that he went to Golden State. Again, I use the same analogy. Steve Jobs is not going to Bill Gates and say, hey, can I join you? You guys are killing me. That doesn't happen. Like, how do you do that? What? That's not competition. Like, I don't understand that part of it. Like, but hey, he went over there. They won. Great for them.
It's interesting. Actually, when Steve Jobs rejoined Apple, the first thing he did was actually form a business arrangement with Microsoft.
I was about to tell him that.
What I will say is Kevin Durant is actually he doesn't really, as much as he's kind of a shady Twitter person. He talks, when it comes to basketball, he's pretty clear and direct. He really is just a guy that's just trying to ball. Like, he's just like trying to get into a good situation, like getting with a good city, and just like ball. Like, all that, I'm trying to lead my troops into, man, Kevin Durant is trying to play basketball and have a good time, and like shit on people with just his play alone. Like, that's kind of who he is. So, this whole, stick with your franchise, stay with your man, like stick with your franchise, the whole, Dame Lillard mentality that a lot of people want him to have. That mentality is not for everybody. And a lot of times we think that really players that are great should have that mentality, but not everybody has that mentality. Even though he may be the most talented offensive player in the history of basketball, he's not really that. He thinks he can win anywhere he goes. So did he think he could win at OKC? He probably didn't think he could win with OKC, but he was like, man, what they're doing at Oklahoma, what they're doing at Golden State, man, that looks fun. That looks real fun. And he did that. And he walked away with a couple championships, a couple finals MVPs, and he got paid. I don't see the dilemma here, for me personally. Because I personally think that players shouldn't be beholden to kind of like this fan mythology with these teams where you gotta stay loyal to the man. These are athletic teams with cartoon characters as logos. You know what I mean? Like it's really not that.
That's not the issue. I don't.
Are you done?
I don't. Wait. Let me go before you go in. The issue is not the fact that he left OKC. Leave OKC. Just don't go to the team that you lost to. That's all. That's it. You lost to them. That's it. That's the only issue. Don't go to the Warriors. You had them up 3-1. You don't go, but you don't go to them. You go to San Antonio. You play with Pops, and you played with Kawhi Leonard at the time. Like, come on, man. Like you don't go to the team that you just lost to. That's the only issue. Leave OKC. Leave Westbrook. Do your thing. Just don't go to the team that you lose to. That's it. But go ahead, Quinte.
Man, forget that. Warriors got to start up. I'm going. Go ahead.
You listen to that whole clip he was saying. He didn't say nothing about him being a busy man going to team to beat his ass. Oh, you talk about him as trolling, a grown man with a lot of money trolling to broke people. That's all you hear him talking about. Come on, that's a grown kid. That's why I always thought he's the best beta male to ever play the game. That's all he is. My whole issue with KD is he went to the team that beat his ass. That's the only thing my whole issue is. It's not about how good he is. He's not a leader. He's not that. He's a good basketball player. That's all he is.
A great basketball player.
Being honest.
Yeah. And you know what? There ain't nothing
breaking
wrong.
up. I'm just on those.
You go. There ain't nothing wrong with being just a great basketball player. Like that mentality y'all talking about, that's not for everybody. And you know what? I'll say this much. He knows that's not who he is, so he doesn't try to be that. He knows he's not Michael Jordan. I'm gonna make it happen here. You know what I mean? Because that's not who he is. He's trying to ball. He's trying to have a good time balling. Like, and if he can pick up a couple chips and play with his friends. Right, it's kind of like AAU mentality. I'm just trying to ball and play with my friends, right? So, hey, he is who he is.
I don't have a problem with it. I'm with Havoc on this. You are free to do what you want to do once you're a free agent. I'm pretty sure G would have had a problem if Kevin Durant decided to go to the Cleveland Cavaliers after he lost to the Golden State Warriors. So, regardless,
No.
You wouldn't have. So if they would have won the championship after they won the championship versus the Golden State Warriors, you wouldn't have had a problem with Kevin Durant going to the Cavaliers after that.
No. The issue is that he lost to the Warriors. That's the issue. Okay, for example, they played the Spurs in the second round. Let's say the Spurs would have beat the Thunder, and then Durant would have went to the Warriors. I would have said nothing. The issue is that you are the man and you had them up 3-1 and you lost to them and then you joined them. You can't do that if you're the man. You can't do that if you're a former MVP, if you're one of the two best players in the NBA. That's the only issue. That's it, that he went to the team that he lost to. That's it. I didn't say shit about Kevin Durant going to Brooklyn and joining with Kyrie and then eventually James Harden. I didn't say nothing. I don't care about super teams because there's always been super teams. The only difference from back then and now is players have more control. Back then, the team that made the super team, the players are making the super team now. I don't have an issue with that. The only issue is that if you're the best player and you lost to a team, you cannot join that team. You lost to them. You come back and you beat their ass the next season, even if it's on a different team. But you can't join them. You just can't. If you're the guy, you just can't.
I think the issue is, you care about that more than he does. He does not care about that.
Bad thing.
I know.
That's a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing.
I mean, is it? He still makes over $30 million a year to play a game.
Let me ask you a question. Somebody beat your ass every day, and then the next year he want to be your friend. Will you be that nigga's friend? No. No, be somebody who can beat your ass.
That's different. That's
the
different.
whole-
We talk. That's fighting in
No,
sports.
it's not. It's the same concept, bro.
That's the same concept.
It's
Yes,
the
it
same
is.
concept, bro. It's the same
It's the
concept.
same concept.
You're talking about.
It's the same concept.
So if they turn around and they traded him to the Golden State Warriors, it would be the same concept, right?
That is different if you get traded. You have
But
no
they didn't trade him.
control over it.
I'm just saying if they did, it doesn't matter though. It
would not be Kevin
You're
Durant.
moving the goal.
It would not be Kevin Durant's fault.
I can't.
It's not his fault, bro.
I can't get behind that. If somebody has offered me the most money to go to a place, I'm not gonna turn them down because they beat me.
I'm gonna say this.
I'm just saying though, there have been other things that came in the
offer him
factor.
the most money. OKC offered him the most. He did not want to stay. He went to the team that offered him the less money to win championships. That's 100. Only the team who drafted you get to give you the most money. Do you not know that?
I'm just saying. I'm just telling you. I'm just giving you an example. If they offered you the most money and they beat you, would you tell them no?
No, I'm gonna say this. I am not going to. My personality. I am not going. Say I got drafted by the Dolphins. Every year we lose to the fucking Patriots. I am not going to the Patriots, bro.
If they offer me a Supermax, I'm taking it.
That's the difference between you and me. I'm not doing anything for money. I'm caring about my happiness, bro.
I'm caring about my happiness too. But with them 2 rings on my finger, I'm really fucking happy.
If you leave with money, you will always fall, man. Trust me.
You're not understanding it,
Don't leave with money.
You're not understanding it.
Leave with your happiness.
You're not understanding.
Because it's like
exactly. You're not understanding
I'm not
though.
going to the team that
The concept. Okay. Do you not know? Again, I'm a basketball historian. I go back and read shit and look at stuff. Do you not know how much they were talking about Magic Johnson when they lost in '84 against the Celtics? Tragic Johnson. He can't do this. He can't do that. Bird finally beat him after Magic beat him in college. Yes, Bird got a ring over Magic. What if Magic would have went to the Celtics? Nobody wants to see Bird and Magic on the same team. You just can't do that. That has nothing to do with money. That's just sports competition. Jordan did not go to Detroit and be like, "Hey, can I join you guys after you beat me 3 times?" You just can't do that. That's not. You can't. That's just something that you can't do in sports. If you are the man, if you are the top dog, and you playing against a great team, and you got them up 3-1, and you can't close the deal, what happens? Your thought process shouldn't be, "Oh, let me join them." Your thought process of shit. Let me get my game better. Let me get my teammates' game better. Let me come back and beat their ass. Or let me go to a different team because I can't win with this team and come back and beat the fucking Warriors. Not, "Oh, let me just join and make it easier." No, that's not sports. That's not. I don't understand why you don't understand that. I don't get it. Peyton Manning did not join Tom Brady's the Patriots to become a second-string quarterback. No, you beat the fucking man. That is sports. Has nothing to do with money. Has nothing to do with nothing. It's sports competition. That's what it's all about. I don't understand, as we all sports guys, why you guys don't get that. I don't get it.
Because y'all are too busy caught up in the whole "that's just not me." But I'm looking at it more than just it being me. I'm looking out for what's in the best interest of me too at the same time.
Yeah, I think a lot of what you're talking about is you're saying that Kevin Durant's not staying on code. That's basically what you're saying. He's saying that Kevin Durant's not staying on code. He's not doing what you're supposed to do, right? Which is when someone beats you, you don't join them. You gather up and you get enough to beat them. What I'm saying is Kevin Durant does not care about that code. He's not on that type of time.
I know.
Like I said before, he's just trying to be the best basketball player he can be and have fun with his friends and make a lot of money and win some championships. All that, man, I'm going to come back and we're going to beat him. Kevin Durant ain't, I promise you, Kevin Durant is not in his house talking about, "Oh, I can't wait to smash the Bulls." You know, like that's not who he is, right? That's not who he is, and we can't put that on him because that's not who. He does not choose to be that person, and he's still one of the greatest basketball players in the entire world. It is what it is.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you all three of you a question. If you're starting a team, are you gonna start with LeBron or KD?
I'm gonna start with LeBron.
LeBron, yeah, LeBron, obviously, because LeBron could do everything on the court, and KD is mainly just a scorer, which I don't know why Banks doesn't understand that either. But LeBron can do everything on the court, and KD is just a scorer. So KD needs another complementary piece so his team could be great. LeBron could take a whole bunch of guys from the park and take them to the finals. Not loud LeBron, but old, previous LeBron could do that. So if you're going to start a team, you're going to start a team with somebody who can do everything on the court. So LeBron.
I'm still waiting for person.
Hey, personally, I'm taking LeBron because I want the ball. Where are we going with this good thing?
That's all I gotta say, man. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, at the end of the day, Kobe Bryant wasn't a passer too. I don't want to play with Kobe. I want to play with LeBron. That's just me. But at the end of the day, we know what wins you championships. Players like Kobe.
Not necessarily, but
players like Kobe, players like Kobe and somebody else. Kobe didn't do it by himself.
LeBron
Did you watch the Lakers between? Listen, wait. Did you watch the Lakers between? Hold on. Did you watch the Lakers between 05 and 07? 05 and 07 losing
I understand that. I understand.
As soon as he got Paul Gasol, instant finals. Don't give me that. Kobe never did it by himself. Stop.
Come on, that's true. It's facts.
Yeah, Shaq.
I agree. 1,000%. But my issue with LeBron is he's got to know when it's time for him to score, though. That's my only issue with LeBron.
But that's not his game. Just like you say.
I understand that, but hey,
it's not in KD's nature to be a beta male and go to the team and beat his ass. I'm not
arguing with that. Y'all and Banks can argue that all you want. All I'm arguing the fact is you asked me a question. Who would I want on my team?
Okay.
I want LeBron on my team because he's gonna pass me the ball when I'm open. I don't want to be on Kevin Durant's team because Kevin Durant gonna try to score 100 points.
$120 million contract. And he gonna get you $120 million contract.
Who is gonna give me a championship? That's what I want. Who is gonna give me a championship?
LeBron will get you paid. LeBron gets his role players paid.
LeBron gonna get you paid. Yeah. And you gonna get the championship. It's depending on how you.
All right, then there you go. I'm going with LeBron.
LeBron gets role players paid.
I'm just telling you, if I'm
just telling you, if you make it to the championship, it's on your ass to perform.
Then I'm rolling with LeBron. I just told you, I'm rolling with LeBron.
I'm telling you,
LeBron is my guy.
I remember at the end of every season, James Jones is like, "Hey, LeBron, what you doing, man?" Wherever LeBron's going, James Jones is going.
Hook me up with a couple mil. I need a couple mil.
Hey, what you doing? Oh, you going back to Cleveland? Hey, yo.
Right, I'm coming with you. Jump.
Yo, you got to guess how?
But I'm just saying. I'm just gonna sit here and say, I have no problem with him going to Golden State, regardless of what the circumstances was.
Boy, on 2K, that team was unbeatable. Unbeatable.
The chance of you winning a championship is almost slim to none.
They were unbeatable in real life.
Yeah, you're right.
And he wants to win. Let him win with the Golden State Warriors. He got his 2 rings. He's on the Nets.
Can I
it's
say
over.
Something?
Go ahead.
I hear you. Can I say something? And this is I know that I hate the fact that he went to Golden State and it was bad, but that team was fucking special, man. The way they played the ball, the way they played defense, Draymond at the top of the key, passing the ball, Steph and Clay coming off a bunch of screens, and then when the play breaks down, you got a 6'11" 2 guard who can just shoot over everybody. Like that team was too good. And the only thing that was going to stop them was injury or age. And unfortunately for them, injury was what that stopped them. But if they never got injured, they would have just kept going. They would just kept going.
And that's Kevin Durant's point. He liked the way they played basketball. He likes the game of basketball.
Here's the thing. Kevin Durant wants to be the man, but he don't want to be the man.
Who said he wanted to be the man? He was. I heard he
wants to be the man, but he don't want to be all. He wants to be the man, but he don't want to be. He don't want to be the man all the time.
When did he say that? I didn't hear him say that.
No, but that's not who he is. That's who he is. He wants to be the man.
I just heard he wanted to play basketball.
Top dog. No, I'm gonna say
he don't want to do the dirty work.
Who was the leader on the Golden State Warriors was Stephen Curry and Draymond Green, cold leaders. KD was not the leader. He was a weapon. Like, nigga, come score these points. We need you. We cold. That's all he was there for, bro. When
KD
Cleveland
was the best player though. He was the best player.
Yeah, he was the best player, but he was not the leader of the team.
He was not the focal point of the offense.
I wouldn't
Right,
care.
right.
Hey, if I'm the best player, I don't care if I'm the leader of the team. As long as we winning, I don't care.
That's not how it works. That's not how the
Why
game
is it
works.
not?
When you're the best player, you're supposed to be the leader of the team. If you're not leading
That's not how
if
it
you're not
works,
leading
though.
with your
Not
vocal,
necessarily.
if you're not
There's
leading
different
by,
ways of being a
for
leader. You
example.
can lead by example. You ain't gotta lead by
But
vocally.
he's not that kind of person, bro.
Hold
He's
on,
not
let me tell you
leading by
something.
example.
Let me tell you something. When LeBron was in Miami, he was clearly the best player, better than Wade, better than Bosh. But Wade and Haslam to me were the leaders of the team.
It was.
Yes.
Yeah,
But LeBron
but the
was the
thing
best player.
is,
So that narrative is not always good. Go.
but the thing was, D Wade let LeBron be the leader. That's what really happened. D Wade let LeBron be the leader.
It's a fact.
That's the facts of the matter, because when they were struggling in the beginning, they were trying to share the ball and all that type of stuff. And D Wade went to LeBron and said, "Hey man, you got to if we're gonna win a championship, you got to run the show."
Right. Yeah.
And he was dead right. He was dead right.
I'm sorry.
That's when they want
I feel like there's two different leaders that you can have on a team. You got a vocal leader and you got a leader that leads by example with work ethic. That's my thing.
Okay, what does Katie show you? He trolls broke people on the internet. Come on now, that's not a leader, bro.
I mean, he's just
Come
like a
on
really
now,
skilled.
dude. That's a leader, bro. That's not a leader.
I
That's
said
a
work
good
ethic. He's
basketball
your work ethic leader. Like,
He's a highly skilled petty dude.
yes.
Yeah,
Let him be
that's
petty.
sad.
It's not sad.
It is what it is.
He's
Sad.
getting paid. He's getting paid to play
It is kinda
basketball.
I'm gonna say
sad.
this to you. When you
It
give,
is sad.
you're not
It is
supposed
sad.
to talk about people who have less than you, bro. That's common sense. You don't talk about people who got less than you. Because when you go to areas with people who got less than you, they will eat on you, bro. They'll eat. That's what happened to a lot of people. I seen it happen, bro. You don't talk shit about people who have less than you. You don't do that.
Okay, but we talk about basketball. He get paid to play
No,
basketball.
that's real life. That's real life. Even though he playing a child's game, you don't talk about people who have less than you. It's people who really about that life and will take what you got.
Let me tell you something. Kevin Durant is
look
as
at
far
Antoine
away
Walker.
from them people as
Antoine
possible.
Antoine Walker is a prime example.
True.
You do not talk about
True.
people who
I
got
have it.
less than you, bro.
Kevin Durant is as far away as humanly possible from them people. He keeps telling you time after time after time. We keep thinking, oh, he's from Washington D.C. He from Washington D.C. He ain't trying to go back to that lifestyle. He is not trying to meet anybody anywhere. That's why even on social media, he's a little, he likes to talk a lot, but he's never, oh, yo, meet me here. That's not who he is. He's not trying to meet anybody anywhere. He is a highly skilled millennial. That's who he is.
Yeah, you're right.
Do
talk
we
shit from a distance.
Exactly. He's a keyboard warrior. He's a keyboard warrior that actually has a skill. That's who he is.
Do we have any final thoughts before we close this thing out? And Quinte, I want to make sure that you're last because I want to get your opinion on something before we close this thing out.
Hey, man, you gotta hurry up. 'Cause I got 5 minutes before I gotta clock in.
Oh, hurry up and have a good G.
I'll just start off. I'll say as always, it's good to be here. Good luck in that unemployment line, Josh Rosen. Y'all have a good night.
Go ahead, G.
Yeah, just peace and love, brother. Have it. Good to have you on Wednesdays. Rare occasion. Nice to see you, brother. Go ahead, Quinte.
Okay, what was the question you want to ask me?
Go ahead and voice your opinion in the next 30 seconds about this Josh Rosen being cut from the 49ers.
I'm gonna say this. My whole thing with Josh Rosen, he got rich kid disease. He doesn't know how to. He don't know how to socialize with the common people. I understand. Josh Rosen's parents can buy a football team. You know that, right? His family can buy a football team and make him the quarterback.
He's got King's disease.
That's why he acts the way he acts. He doesn't show respect, but he's being nice. You understand? And I feel like that's the reason why he's not really given a fair shake, because it's not about. Yeah, he doesn't have the greatest talent, but he has some talent. You understand what I'm saying? You can't knock the boy and he don't have no talent. Cause to me, him and what's his name? Dude played for the Jets. The Panthers
Sam
now.
Darnold?
Sam Darnold. They on the same ways. I don't give a damn what nobody say. If Sam Darnold can go to another team, he can go to another team play. And I feel as though he's not getting a fair shake because the Dolphins drafted a quarterback. Then he went to 49ers drafted a quarterback. He's not getting a fair shake. In my opinion, is if we had a training camp, with preseason the year before when Tua got drafted his year, we will see the difference. Because if you know for a fact, he was outplaying Tua. He was outplaying Tua first, and all the roof fell, and everybody said he's trash.
And the same thing happened in San Francisco.
Oh my God!
I'm just saying. The same thing happened in San Francisco, where he went to training camp, lit it on fire in the beginning, and faded at the end.
If that preseason game he went 13-15, that was very efficient, no interceptions. There's nothing wrong with his game. I watched the game. There's nothing wrong with the boy. He still can play. He's not getting a chance.
Wow.
He does not inspire confidence. He does not inspire confidence.
I understand that. That's not him. Just like we talk about KD for the last 30 minutes.
But KD has enough talent where he doesn't have to be that way. Josh Rosen does not have enough talent where he can act like that.
I understand that. KD's a better basketball player than he is a football player. I understand that. But at the same time, the boy is only 23 years old.
He's about to be on his 15 before he's 24.
I'm not trying to make excuses for the young man. He did get 4 chances. He didn't succeed. But at the same time, I mean, if it was you, G Money, and I know you were good, I know you can play. You just have king disease. You don't know how to socialize with the common folk. That's your issue. And I know you can play.
Yeah, but we don't know he can play.
The boy can play.
Also, all of his teammates are common folk. That's a huge issue.
Yes, that's the issue. To me, that's the same thing with Johnny Manziel. He wanted to party. He didn't want to play.
Yeah.
Come on now. What college student you know going to the all the fights in Vegas sitting ringside? He does not make enough money off that $350 a week to go to the fights. So who's paying for it? Come on. And with Johnny Manziel, the freaking Bushes was at his pro day. Come on now. So you know he's rich. He's rich.
The king's disease is the king's disease.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. That's all I can say. I hope the young man pick it up, but I hope it's probably not. He might as well run ahead on to be making $100 million a year.
He might as well start becoming an analyst while he can still claim to be a former NFL player. For the NFL shuts him out.
He's not going. I'm gonna say this. He's not going.
He can't be an analyst, actually.
Nah, he's trustful. He doesn't need to do that.
People don't like him. He can't even be an analyst. Come on, man.
As we speak, I'm following him on Instagram.
Yeah,
I don't follow. I don't really follow. I only follow players from Florida. I'm sorry. I don't really follow people. But that's all I can say about the young man.
It's actually funny. If you look at his Twitter bio, it still says quarterback San Francisco 49ers.
It's okay.
Did he open up a Papa John's yet? Yeah.
Don't worry about it. But yeah, we going on that the hour and 30-minute mark. But we will be back Saturday evening, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and the Facebook.
Right after the Dolphin game.
Right after the Dolphin game. Yes, exactly. Right after the Dolphin game. So that should be pretty exciting. Hopefully Tua gets enough snaps in that game so I can say what I need to say.
Who they playing? Who they playing?
Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, they playing Atlanta. So yes, so stay tuned. 9 p.m. Eastern time, Saturday evening. This is the Not for the Bay podcast. We are about here, man.